Welcome to the video series, Strategies for Taking Online Tests and Exams, presented by the Accessibility Services offices on each of U of T's 3 campuses. For many students, taking an online assessment, test, or exam is a new experience. You might not know what to expect and may not be certain which strategies can help you succeed. The good news is that many of the strategies you may be used to will serve you well for this new format. But there are some key differences that will require you to flex your strengths in new ways. Many students registered with Accessibility Services write tests and exams with accommodations. In this series, you will also learn how accommodated testing works for your online or hybrid courses. In this video, we will talk about some things to consider on the day of your online test or exam. First, we will talk about what to do before your exam starts. The day before your exam, set an alarm to make sure that you can wake up with enough time to get yourself ready. Be especially mindful of this if you are in a different time zone outside of Toronto. If you live with others, remind them that you will be writing an exam. This will help with creating a more exam-accommodating environment. Check your laptop and adaptive tech to make sure everything is working. You wouldn't want to find out your laptop is out of battery the minute your exam starts. Prepare your writing space before the exam starts. This can include things like eliminating distractions. You should also get your exam materials ready, like your charger, scrap paper, pens or pencils, open book materials, calculator, water, or a snack. As you are getting ready to write your exam, remember to block any notifications from popping up that may cause distractions. One way to do this would be to log off any social media or messaging accounts for the duration of your exam. Take some time to log into the online testing platform before the exam actually begins. That way, you can start writing as soon as it becomes the designated testing time. If your test is open book, make sure you have all of your notes, scrap paper, and any other materials or tools you may need to write your exam before you start writing. That way, you won't have to scramble and search for these things when you could be writing your exam. Some students may be writing their online test in person at their home campus's test center. If you are one of these students, here are some tips for you. Make sure you pack everything you will need for your exam. This may include extra notes or materials if it is an open book exam. Give yourself a bit of extra time to commute to the test center. During this time, you may encounter more frequent unexpected delays with taking transit. Once you arrive at the test center, be sure to follow any health and safety guidelines, especially those suggested by any staff or invigilators. For updates and more information, please check in with your home campus's test center. As a special note, regardless of where you are writing, remember to register your test with your test center if you have extra time and/or breaks as part of your accommodations. Now, we will talk about some considerations for when you write your online exam. As your exam starts, take some time to review everything before you actually start answering any questions. Read through the exam once if you're able to do so. Identify the types of questions that come up, for example, multiple choice, short answer, essay, etc. Make note of any keywords, headings, or images. Do a quick estimation of how long you have for each section or question of the exam. You can do this by taking your total exam time and dividing it by the number of questions or sections. This will help you stay on pace during the exam, as you will be responsible for keeping track of your own time. If there are sections of the exams that are locked, treat those sections like a mini exam of their own. An exam has locked sections when it forces you to submit your answers for one section before moving on to another section. When you answer questions, be sure to reread your answers before submitting them, especially if you do not have spell check or autocorrect. Before you submit your answers, delete any point form notes or outlines you jot down in answer boxes. Lastly, try and save your answers regularly if possible. This will help you maintain your progress in case there is a technical issue. For multiple choice exams in particular, take some time to review the entire test before you start answering questions, so you can estimate how much time you have for each question. Use your mouse to highlight any keywords, such as not or never. These words can completely change the answer you're looking for. Eliminate the least likely answers by deduction and make an educated guess if you aren't sure. If you're having difficulty with a question, skip it, then return to the question at the end of the exam. If you find online exams to be particularly anxiety-provoking, take a bit of extra time to do additional soothing or relaxing activities before the start of the exam. As you start the exam, remember to breathe and take deep breaths. One way to start the exam is to read through it once before you answer any questions, then take a quick break. During this break, you can then create a plan of how you can work through the exam, and also do some breathing or grounding exercises to soothe yourself. Remember to take breaks regularly throughout the exam, if these breaks are part of your accommodations. In advance of the exam, plan out when you want to take each break, how long each break will be, and what you would like to do during each break. If you have breaks or extra time as part of your accommodations, remember to register your exam through your home campus's test center. This is regardless of whether you are writing your exam online or in person. If you have breaks as part of your accommodations, you will be expected to manage these and pace yourself on your own. Plan out when you would like to take some of your breaks before or at the beginning of the exam. You can also plan out what you would like to do during your breaks. If you have extra time as part of your accommodations, you can use some of this to double-check your answers before submitting them. This is especially important if you are not used to writing exams on an online platform. You can also use your extra time to create outlines or notes for long answer or essay questions. If you can, be sure to save your answers every once in a while. This will help save your progress in case of an unexpected issue. If you do experience technical issues, note down what is happening or take screenshots if at all possible. As soon as you're able to do so, contact your professor or TA to report these issues to discuss remedies or alternate solutions. If you experience issues with your accommodations, for example, if your professor did not add your extra time, first check to make sure that you are registered for your exam through your home campus's test center by checking your registration history on Clockwork or MyAIMS. If you were registered but did not properly receive your accommodations, notify your professor and your home campus's accessibility office. Thanks for watching our video series on online tests and exams. If you have any questions or concerns, be sure to reach out to your home campus's accessibility office.